Hello. I hope you had a really fantastic half-term holiday and have come back to your work refreshed. Our value this month is love. And I was thinking about that because on the first Sunday of the holiday, it was Valentine's Day. And being the romantic kind of man I am, I thought, oh, who do I love? And of course, I love Mrs. Nunn. So I bought her some chocolates as a sign of my love. And I said, Happy Valentine's Day, Mrs. Nunn. And I might have a little sneaky try of the chocolate. That is good. Mrs. Nunn is a very, very lucky wife. Anyway, I was thinking, where does Valentine's Day come from? Because Valentine's Day is about showing your love to someone. So where does the day actually come from? And I've done a bit of research and I found a story about Saint Valentine. Saint Valentine, he was the first person to write a love letter signed "From Your Valentine." He did this in prison, and it's on the eve of February the 14th in the year 270. And here is his story. So, 2,000 years ago, the most powerful army in the world belonged to the Romans. The Romans, they were so strong, and they conquered almost all of Europe, parts of Asia and parts of Africa. But after a while, they began to grow rich and then a little bit lazy. Now, life in the army, it was really, really harsh. And many of the soldiers, they longed for the comforts of home. They didn't want to be out fighting in the cold and the wind. They just wanted to be back at home. And they wanted to get married, some of them, and to set up families. Now, the emperor, whose name was Claudius II, he was worried that his army was growing soft. So he made a law. He thought about this. He made a law and he thought, I'm going to insist that no soldier is allowed to get married. By that time, many of the Romans were Christians, and one of their leaders was a bishop called Valentine. Valentine believed that if two people fell in love with each other, then they should get married. So he decided to let soldiers get married in his church, even though it was against the law. The soldiers' weddings were meant to be kept secret. But as you know, all secrets are hard to keep, and soon the word got out. Valentine was arrested and brought before the emperor. The emperor demanded that he stop helping soldiers to marry, and instead of praying to his god, he should be praying to the gods of Rome. Valentine refused, and the emperor sentenced him to death. Valentine was thrown into prison, and while he was there, the jailer's daughter used to bring him food. She was a young woman who sadly was blind. She and Valentine used to spend long hours talking to each other, and after a while, they fell in love with each other. One day, Valentine put his hand through the bars of the cell and touched the jailer's daughter's eyes just above the lids. When she opened them again, she could see. It was a miracle. Valentine's execution was set for February the 14th. On his last night on earth, he wrote his final message to the girl. He signed his love letter, "From Your Valentine." This took place in the year 270, and ever since, people in love have sent each other messages on February the 14th with the same signature. So that story got me thinking, because I can see why St. Valentine's Day became St. Valentine's Day. Valentine fell in love with the jailer's daughter, wrote her a beautiful letter before he was very sadly put to death. But before that, Valentine showed love both to his fellow humans and to God. He showed his love to his fellow humans by agreeing to marry them when it was against the law and risking his own life. And also he showed his love of God by refusing to worship other gods instead, even when the emperor told him to. There's a lot of talk about love in the Bible, and I think my favourite passage comes from Corinthians. It's chapter 13. I'm going to read you a few verses, and it describes what love is. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous. It does not brag, and it is not proud. Love is not rude. It's not selfish, and does not become angry easily. Love does not remember wrongs against it. Love takes no pleasure in evil, but rejoices over the truth. Love patiently accepts all things. It always trusts, always hopes, and always continues strong. I kind of take three main things from that when I think about love. And I think about love in terms of kindness, delighting in other people's success, and empathy. I'll just tell you a little bit about that. So kindness, I think when you're showing love, it's really important to share things with other people. You know, maybe just your sweets. It could be showing your time, taking time to talk. It could be just showing interest in other people's interests, even if perhaps it's not something that interests you. Delighting in other people's success is very important as well. I think it's really essential that, you know, even if someone's doing better at you in something, you're happy for them. They got something that you want. You're not jealous of it, but you're happy for them. And that's quite difficult sometimes, isn't it? But I think real love really involves that. And the last element is empathy, which is really about trying to see things from other people's points of view and find out how they're feeling. And I think those are three really important elements of love. I'm going to finish this assembly with a short prayer. So if you'd like to join me, please do. Lord, thank you that your love is patient. Help us show patience with those around us. Lord, thank you that your love is kind. Help us to extend kindness to others. Lord, thank you that true love is not jealous. Help us cast aside feelings of jealousy or hatred towards others. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope to see you at school very soon, if you're not at school. In the meantime, I better put Mrs. Nunn's chocolates back up on the shelf in case she notices that I've taken them. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.